What do you? I have to wait 8 days. 8 days. I've got $100,000 like I want to give you, and you don't want my money. Oh, I don't get it. What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to the channel, Wealth Hacker Labs. For those that are new here, one, welcome. Two, this is the channel dedicated to teaching you new ways to grow wealth that is not taught to you in schools or by your parents. And what I was just voicing my concern over, my frustration, is that I am trying to invest $100,000 with an app called Robinhood. And for those that are new to this is all stems from a challenge that I did last year. Last year, I did what was called the Grow Your Dough Challenge. And in that challenge, I opened up seven, several different investment accounts, mostly online. And I put $1,000 into each of these accounts just to show people that have never invested that how easy it is to invest and how you can make money by investing. And some of those accounts were Lending Club and Fundrise and E-Trade and Betterment, Robinhood, M1 Finance, E-Trade. I don't know if I even said that one already, but there were several others. And that challenge didn't come to an end, but it came to the end of 2019. And I'm going to continue that challenge and continue to give you updates on how that money is doing. I wanted to start investing some bigger chunks of money. And in full transparency, I have had a decent amount of cash sitting on the sidelines in a high yield savings account, making something. But the reality is that, the S&P 500 was up like 29% last year and could have made some of that money, but instead I was in that high yield savings account. That's for a whole other video. So with this, I just want to put some of my money to work and start making some money. So some of this money I have is sitting in my 401k, which is set up as a trust account. So this is a self-directed 401k, and this might be too much for this video, but it is a tax-deferred account. And I wanted to take some of that money and open it up at Robinhood, because that's where you all wanted me to see open this account. This is all from the YouTube community tab where I took a poll and you guys wanted to see the $100,000 portfolio of me buying and picking the stocks. And also you wanted to see me use Robinhood, which I wanted to use Robinhood, except that Robinhood doesn't do trust accounts. I don't know why. I mean, you'll have to ask them why, but you know who does trust accounts is M1 Finance. So I thought, okay, let's go ahead and have some fun with this. I mean, one, I've got cash in my 401k and I've got cash sitting in a savings account. So let's go ahead and just start investing this money. So what I am doing is I am opening up a new Robinhood account. Oh, is it a new? No, it's the same account. And I'm currently funding that with $100,000, but Robinhood does not let you fund $100,000 at once. You have to do it in $50,000 blocks each business day. And so I've already initiated that transfer. And then I was told it would take 8 days. I don't even know. It's like, I think it actually is like coming up on my birthday when the money is finally there to invest. Now they did give me $1,000 that I could start investing right now. But since that's 1% of the total amount that I'll be investing, that's going to take a while. So in addition to the Robinhood account, I'm also going to open up an M1 Finance account. Actually, I've already opened that account and I'll be transferring $100,000 into that account. So I've got Robinhood, which is predominantly going to be a taxable account. And then we've got the M1 Finance, which is a retirement account. And being the fact that I am in a higher tax bracket, the highest tax bracket, that's one of those good problems to have. I thought, you know what? Okay, so with Robinhood, we're going to focus purely on dividend paying stocks for the most part. And in the M1 Finance, since we've got some tax protection there, I'm going to do some dividends, but also a little bit more on the growth, maybe some speculative, just trying to see if I can roll the dice and make some money. So with today's video, what I want to start off with is sharing what are my first 3 dividend paying stocks that I will be purchasing inside the Robinhood account. So once again, these are dividends. We like dividends. I mean, dividends is probably one of the easiest ways to generate passive income as long as you got the capital to buy the stock to get the dividend. So anyway, let's find out what the first 3 dividend paying stocks are for this 100K challenge right now. All right, so let's go ahead and break down what are my first 3 dividend paying stocks. And stock number 1 is, can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Verizon. So the reason I chose Verizon is because, well, one, I have been a Verizon customer for I don't even know how long, even though that really doesn't matter because, you know, when you call these big conglomerates, they don't care who you are. Still love you, Verizon. Still love you. But Verizon, I mean, you can't deny the current dividend yield is 4.1%. That is a really, really, really salty dividend. Current stock price is $59.96 with a PE ratio of 15.41. There could be a little bit room for growth here. I'm not really banking on that. But as far as just like a leader in the industry, especially with 5G coming around, I really don't know anyone else that's going to be able to compete, especially on the US side of things. And I know anybody I talk to right now, you know, especially living here and even where we moved from, it was either Verizon or AT&T, and I would say 75% of the time, it was always Verizon. So dividend stock number 1 with that nice 4.1% dividend yield is Verizon. Number 2 might be a bit of a surprise. I don't know if this is considered a pure dividend play. They do have a very nice dividend, but for many of you that have been on the channel for any amount of time, then this probably isn't a surprise. Stock number 2 is Foot Locker. So Foot Locker, for me, this is, I'm a sneakerhead. I love sneakers. I have way more sneakers than I need. Contentment is something that I have not figured out yet with sneakers. Foot Locker, they have struggled as far as when it comes to retail sales. You know, I mean, most people nowadays, they're not going to the mall like they used to. But still, what the reason here is that, Foot Locker recently had a dip in their stock price. At the time of this recording, Foot Locker is trading at $39.25, and you can actually pull up the 1-year chart, and you can see that it has dropped. They were at a high about $64 back in the spring of 2019, so they have dropped significantly. So this is a value play plus a dividend. At the current stock price, we've got a dividend yield of 3.87% with a PE ratio of $8.49. So seeing some of these drops, seeing what's going on with Foot Locker, why is that something that would be attractive? Probably one of the biggest things is that Foot Locker, they totally get the resale market when it comes to with sneakers. And you got apps now like StockX, which I've talked about in the past. Well, another app that is by far one of StockX's biggest competitors is GOAT. And Foot Locker, who sells predominantly shoes at retail, they invested $100 million into GOAT. This is back in February of last year. So, the sneaker head, especially the resale market, is just exploding, continues to explode, is not going to go anywhere. And Foot Locker gets that. They're not going to get caught in the dust, just trying to figure out what happened and what is going on. And the other thing too is I actually discovered this through YouTube. So just watching different sneaker videos, as I mentioned, I'm a sneakerhead, so I'm consuming some sneaker content. They just announced that they are releasing their new Flex app, which will be coming out here soon. And once again, Foot Locker is doing what it needs to do to adjust to the ever-changing, evolving market, and releasing an app that's going to be more easy to use, more user-friendly, and it's just a good thing. And obviously, you can't deny the dividend yield. That dividend. 3.87%, with potential room for growth, buying at $39. The 52-week high projection possibly is $68. Not saying it's going to get there, but if we do see some appreciation with that dividend, that is pretty salty. All right, stock number 3. And this is another one that might be a bit of a surprise, but it is Canon. And the irony is that I am recording this video not on a Canon. It's actually on a Panasonic. But in addition to this Panasonic camera, I also own a Canon EOS R right here. I have another Canon EOS R right here. This one's for my wife. I also have the Canon 80D. We have a Canon 70D. I've got the Canon G7X Mark II and Mark III. And Canon is doing some really good things with their new RF lens. Actually pictured here is their new EOS Mark III, I believe, which is a little bit more higher end, something a camera that I personally wouldn't buy. And we're just talking about that dividend, right? So Canon right now, and there has been some back and forth between Sony and well, Panasonic is another one, Nikon, obviously another competitor. Their stock price back in June, looks like a high around $30 a share, currently trading at $27.92, 52-week high, $30, and a PE ratio of 2017. But that dividend yield, $5.28. And if I have to fully admit anything, I mean, this is purely a gut play. This is basically like, all right, I've been watching a lot of the YouTube community on the photography space, just talking about the Canon, comparing that to the Panasonic, comparing that to what Sony has going on, and it definitely has been going back and forth. But what I have seen, especially with the EOS R camera and their new RF lens, like it is picking up traction. It initially was bashed when it first came out. I think it was early part of last year, but since then, I've seen a lot of people that were bashing it initially are now coming back and saying like it is their favorite camera, and they are switching from Sony and whatever camera they were using. So right now, these are my first 3 dividend stock picks for 2020. Is it my most favorite 3? Is it the best 3? Well, you're gonna have to find out to see. All right, y'all, what did you think about my first 3 dividend paying stocks? Do you like them? Do you disapprove? Do you think that I have absolutely zero clue in what I'm doing? Either way, let me know in the comments below. This is a lot of fun for me. I definitely need to get some of my money start working, start earning some dividends, and also hopefully help educate you in the process. And if you haven't yet, be sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell, because I got a lot more stocks to show, a lot more stocks to buy. This is just the one Robinhood account focusing on dividends. We still got to talk about M1 Finance and our growth stocks, and that video is coming up next. So be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the fun action that's going on here on the Wealth Hacker channel. This is Jeff Rose reminding you that it's your money, your life, and only you can make it awesome. Until next time.